The idea that chasing positivity attracts negativity is a psychological phenomenon that can be understood through the interplay of cognitive dissonance, ironic processes, emotional regulation, and the brain's natural tendencies. When someone actively pursues positivity, they often set unrealistic expectations for themselves, believing they should always feel happy, optimistic, or grateful. This creates a psychological tension known as cognitive dissonance when reality doesn't match their idealized emotional state. For example, if someone insists on being positive during a difficult time, they might suppress or deny their true feelings. This suppression can lead to emotional exhaustion, frustration, or even a backlash of negativity, because the unresolved emotions demand acknowledgement. The harder they chase positivity, the more they may feel like a failure for not achieving it, which amplifies feelings of inadequacy or negativity. This dynamic is further explained by Daniel Wegner's ironic process theory, which states that when we try too hard to suppress certain thoughts or emotions, they often rebound more intensely. The mental effort required to avoid negativity paradoxically keeps it at the forefront of our minds. For instance, if someone constantly tells themselves, "I must stay positive and avoid negative thoughts," their brain will actively monitor for negativity to suppress it. This monitoring process ironically makes negative thoughts more salient and harder to ignore. The result is that the very act of chasing positivity can make negativity feel more pervasive and overwhelming. Chasing positivity can also become a form of emotional avoidance, where individuals try to bypass or escape uncomfortable emotions. However, emotions are not meant to be avoided. They are signals from our psyche that need to be processed. When emotions are avoided, they don't disappear, they accumulate. Over time, this can lead to emotional flooding, where suppressed feelings erupt uncontrollably, often in the form of anxiety, depression, or irritability. This cycle reinforces the perception that negativity is attracted because the unresolved emotions eventually demand attention, often at inconvenient or overwhelming times. The pursuit of positivity can sometimes veer into toxic positivity, where only good emotions are deemed acceptable and bad emotions are stigmatized or invalidated. This creates a psychological environment where individuals feel pressured to present themselves as happy, even when it's inauthentic. Toxic positivity can alienate people from their true emotional experiences, leading to feelings of isolation, shame, or guilt when they inevitably encounter negativity. This disconnect between their internal reality and external expectations can exacerbate emotional distress. Humans also have a negativity bias, meaning our brains are wired to pay more attention to negative stimuli than positive ones. This is an evolutionary survival mechanism. Focusing on potential threats helped our ancestors stay alive. When someone chases positivity, they may inadvertently heighten their awareness of negativity because their brain is scanning for anything that contradicts their desired state. This heightened awareness can make negativity seem more prevalent than it actually is. In addition to negativity bias, another cognitive mechanism at play is hedonic adaptation. This is the psychological phenomenon where people quickly return to a baseline level of happiness after positive or negative experiences. Someone who relentlessly pursues positivity may find that the satisfaction they derive from achieving a happy state is fleeting. This leads to an endless loop of chasing new sources of happiness, often accompanied by disappointment when the positive emotions fail to last. The expectation that happiness should be sustained indefinitely is at odds with the brain's natural tendency to normalize experiences over time. Psychologically, a healthier approach is emotional acceptance rather than chasing positivity. Acceptance involves acknowledging and allowing all emotions, positive and negative, without judgment or suppression. Research in acceptance and commitment therapy, ACT, shows that embracing the full spectrum of emotions leads to greater psychological flexibility and resilience. When people stop fighting negativity, it often loses its power over them. By accepting negativity as a natural part of life, individuals can reduce the pressure to be constantly positive, which paradoxically creates more space for genuine positivity to emerge. Furthermore, neuroscience suggests that overemphasis on positive thinking can be counterproductive because it activates the default mode network, DMN, a region of the brain associated with self-referential thinking and rumination. When someone hyper-focuses on staying positive, the DMN may become overly active, leading to excessive self-monitoring and unrealistic comparisons. This can result in increased self-criticism when they inevitably fail to maintain a perpetual state of positivity. Instead of fostering genuine well-being, excessive positivity seeking can contribute to cycles of self-doubt and inner turmoil. The very act of chasing positivity can create a paradoxical effect. The more you seek it, the more elusive it becomes. This is because happiness and positivity are often byproducts of meaningful engagement with life, not direct goals. When people focus too much on achieving positivity, they may neglect the activities, relationships, and values that naturally bring fulfillment. This misalignment can lead to dissatisfaction and a sense of emptiness, which can manifest as negativity. There is also a social dimension to this phenomenon. In many cultures, happiness is marketed as an attainable commodity, something to be bought, achieved, or displayed. When individuals internalize these portrayals, they may feel pressure to present themselves as perpetually happy, even when they are struggling. This can create a sense of cognitive dissonance between their internal experience and their external persona, further intensifying the negative effects of chasing positivity. An alternative perspective is found in Eastern philosophies, particularly in Buddhism and Taoism, which emphasize equanimity, the ability to maintain inner balance regardless of external circumstances. Unlike Western notions of positivity, equanimity does not seek to eliminate negative emotions, but rather to observe them without attachment or resistance. This practice aligns with modern psychological approaches such as mindfulness-based cognitive therapy, MBCT, which teaches individuals to acknowledge thoughts and emotions without becoming entangled in them. Ultimately, the key to psychological well-being is not the elimination of negativity, but the development of a healthier relationship with it. Emotional resilience is cultivated through the ability to sit with discomfort, process emotions as they arise, and engage in life with authenticity. True positivity is not forced or manufactured. It emerges naturally when we stop fearing negativity and start embracing the full complexity of human experience. In essence, chasing positivity doesn't inherently attract negativity, but the psychological processes involved in this pursuit can make negativity more noticeable, intense, or overwhelming. The key lies in shifting from chasing positivity to cultivating emotional balance, accepting and processing all emotions while engaging in meaningful actions that align with one's values. This approach fosters resilience and allows positivity to arise naturally, without the pressure or backlash that comes from forcing it. The path to well-being isn't about eliminating negativity, but about developing a healthier relationship with it. When we stop fighting negativity, we often find that it loses its grip, and positivity emerges as a natural companion to a life worth living. So to put this into practice, consider a psychological task. For the next week, observe your emotions without labeling them as good or bad. Instead of reacting impulsively, take a moment to sit with each emotion and reflect on its source. When negativity arises, write down your thoughts and explore what your emotions might be signaling. Are they pointing to unresolved conflicts, unmet needs, or deeper anxieties? Notice any patterns in your emotional responses and identify whether your pursuit of positivity is bringing you genuine fulfillment or unnecessary stress. By practicing this mindful observation daily, you may begin to shift from suppressing emotions to understanding them, allowing for a more balanced and authentic emotional life. Over time, you may find that true positivity doesn't need to be chased. It emerges naturally from awareness and self-acceptance.